Hello, my friends on YouTube. I have to apologize for not uploading videos. My dog Sahara had an operation. She's fine. She had an operation last Tuesday. I've been stuck at home with her, and I'll be stuck at home with her till Thursday, till she gets her stitches out. I also personally haven't been well myself, so I'm very sorry. Anyway, before I get started on today's topic, I want to do a big shout out, a big recommendation of David Paulides. Now, David Paulides is a former policeman, and he does the 411 missing cases. And if you live in Australia, you can watch them on Tubi. Tubi is quite free to download, and it's Missing 411 and Missing 411, the UFO cases. Now, if I was missing and disappeared under strange circumstances, I don't think you could get anyone better than David Paulides to look into your case. Not only is he very thorough and gives you the circumstances, these people who I personally have never heard of, their memories are kept alive by him making videos, and he does it in such a non-judgmental and caring way. Now, I really admire the man, and he has a lovely dog called Huck, and he also has a wife, Angie. So watch the Missing 411 series. They're fascinating. Now, a bit like everyone else, we all like a bit of crime. And I'm not saying that David Paulides, because I believe 90% of his cases that he presents are paranormal, that people have gone missing under paranormal circumstances, and the other 10% is either human, trafficking, foul play, they've had an accident, or it's been a weather event or an environmental event or something like that. But yes, the rest is paranormal. Now, I thought I like to solve mysteries, and I'm a psychic medium, and sometimes I know and can tell, and sometimes I can't tell what's happened to people. There was a very famous case here in Australia, and without going into the details, I knew exactly who had done it and where the body and everything was found, but I didn't, because I'm a psychic, and sometimes I get this information. I didn't want the police to come around saying, well, how come you know so much information, Jem? And so I sent off an anonymous letter very, very early in the investigation of this missing person, very young person. Anyway, that information that I provided was totally accurate. It came out later, much later, that those things I had said were totally reliable. Not that I'm saying that I don't get things wrong, because sometimes we do. We're human. We're fallible. People expect psychics to be experts and to get everything right. But no, we're people too, and we make mistakes. Anyway, that's not today's topic. Today's topic is, this is in honour of David Paulides, but it's not like a Missing 411, but it's just missing. And I wanted to look at Australia, and I wanted to look at 10 clusters of missing people. So 10 clusters where in Australia people tend to go missing, and with each cluster I will give you 2 cases. So let me just swap over please. So, number 1, and this isn't in, from 1 to 10 meaning the worst, this is just 10 clusters. So, number 1 is the Flinders Ranges in South Australia. Now, the description: the Flinders Ranges are known for their rugged terrain and remote wilderness. Cases. Case 1, the Beaumont children in 1966. Jane, Anna, and Grant Bowman disappeared from Glenlegg Beach. They were last seen at a beachside location and were never found. Now, I'm not going to tell you, before I go on, what I think's happened, nor am I saying that these are 411 cases. Some may be. Some are definitely the result of human interference. Case number 2 at the Flinders Ranges was Harold McMaster in 2007. McMaster disappeared while prospecting in the Flinders Ranges. Despite extensive search efforts, no trace of him was ever found. Number 2, and number 2 comes up in my book, Seeing the Spirituality Behind the Negativity, a menu for the game of life, available at Amazon. This next location is mentioned because in my channeling it came up for UFOs and for portals to other dimensions. So number 2 cluster is the Blue Mountains, New South Wales. Description: a rugged region with dense forests and cliffs, known for its natural beauty but also its isolation. Cases. Case number 1, Jamie Herdman, 2009. Herdman went missing while hiking in the Blue Mountains. Despite search operations, no clues to his whereabouts were discovered. Case 2, Karina Sagers, and Karina is spelt Korrina, Karina Sagers, 2005. Sagers disappeared while on a camping trip with friends. She was last seen near Wentworth Falls, but her disappearance remains unexplained. Number 3, the Grampians National Park in Victoria. Description: a popular hiking and tourist destination with rugged landscapes and dense vegetation. Cases. Case 1, Warren Meyer, 2011. Meyer or Mayer vanished during a solo hiking trip in the Grampians. Despite extensive search efforts, no trace of him was found. Case number 2, Daniel O'Keefe, also 2011. O'Keefe disappeared from his family home near the Grampians. His disappearance remains a mystery despite ongoing investigations. Now, number 4 is the Great Otway National Park in Victoria. Description: dense rainforests and coastal cliffs characterise this national park. Cases. Case 1. Now, I'm sorry, this is an Indian name and I'm not going to be able to pronounce it. Pradnadeep Shran, spelt Prabheep, and surname Srawn, 2013. Saran disappeared while hiking in the Great Otway National Park. Despite search operations, no signs of him have ever been found. Case 2, David Prideaux, 1982. Prideaux went missing during a bushwalk in the national park. His disappearance remains unsolved, with no new leads emerging over the years. That's 1982, folks. Number 5, Kimberley region, Western Australia. Description: vast and remote wilderness with rugged terrain and extreme weather conditions. Cases. Case 1, Julie Buck and Jessica Lloyd, 1998. The two friends disappeared while travelling through the Kimberley. Their vehicle was found abandoned, but their fate remains unknown. Case number 2, a German tourist in 2017. A German tourist vanished without a trace while hiking in the Kimberley. Despite extensive searches, no clues have been found regarding his disappearance. Number 6, the Bendigo State Forest, New South Wales. Description: infamous for being the site of several murders committed by Ivan Milat, the forest is dense and remote. Case number 1, Ivan Milat victims, 1989 to 1993. Several young backpackers disappeared while hitchhiking or camping in the Bendigo State Forest. Their remains were later discovered, with Milat eventually convicted for their murders. Case number 2, David Froling, 1991. Froling disappeared while on a motorcycle trip near the Bendigo State Forest. Despite extensive searches, he was never found. Number 7, the Yarra Ranges, Victoria. Description: a region characterized by dense forests and mountainous terrain. Cases. Case number 1, Warren Meyer, 2008. Meyer went missing while on a hiking trip in the Yarra Ranges. Despite search efforts, he has never been found. Case 2, Nina Nicholson, 2003. Nicholson disappeared while hiking with friends in the Yarra Ranges. Her disappearance remains unsolved. Number 8, Barrington Tops, New South Wales. Description: known for its rugged terrain, deep gorges and dense forests. Cases. Case number 1, Bernard O'Reilly, 1937. O'Reilly famously found the survivors of a plane crash in the Barrington Tops. The area remains a site of occasional disappearances. Case number 2, Frederick Valentich, 1978. Valentich, a pilot, disappeared under mysterious circumstances while flying over the Bass Strait near the Barrington Tops. His plane and body were never found. Number 9, the Dandenong Ranges in Victoria. Description: a region with dense forests, waterfalls and steep terrain. Cases. Case number 1, Nigel Boyce, 2016. Boyce disappeared while hiking in the Dandenong Ranges. Despite extensive searches, he has never been found. Case number 2, Alistair Larmour, 1998. Larmour went missing while bushwalking in the Dandenong Ranges. His disappearance remains unsolved. Number 10, Atherton Tablelands, Queensland. A beautiful spot. Atherton Tablelands has a lot of craters where you can go swimming the craters from an old volcano. Description: tropical and mountainous region with rainforests and waterfalls. Cases. Case 1, Tony Jones, 1982. Jones disappeared while on a camping trip in the Atherton Tablelands. His disappearance remains a mystery. Case number 2, Bernard Gurney, 2014. Gurney vanished while on a solo trek in the African tablelands. Despite search efforts, he was never found. These cases illustrate the diverse environments across Australia where people have mysteriously disappeared, often leaving behind few clues despite extensive search efforts. Now, I've only mentioned a couple of cases. There are thousands of cases. In fact, in Australia, doesn't matter whether it's remote bushland or in the city, one person goes missing every 11 minutes. I'm now over the 15-minute mark. A person's already gone missing. So to all those who have lost loved ones, who have mysteriously disappeared, my thoughts and prayers are with you. I hope that one day you will get an answer to what has happened to your loved one. No one likes not to know, that their loved ones have disappeared. Now, as I've said, people can go missing for a variety of reasons. Mental health. Sometimes people just have situations or circumstances in their life and they want to change identity and have a new life. Sometimes they could get involved in, say, a car accident, hit their head, have amnesia, not know who they are. Sometimes they'll go walking, get lost. There's a lot of elderly people who've had dementia, gone for walks, never to be found again. Sometimes the weather and environment can play a part. It could suddenly rain, snow, avalanche, and that can cause a person to go missing. Sometimes a person just gets lost, and instead of staying where they are, they think, oh, if I just walk back this way, maybe I'll get found. Sometimes people go missing because of foul play or get abducted into trafficking, human trafficking. There's a wide variety of why people go missing. Not to forget things, animals preying on them. Like in the US, there'd be bears and wolves and mountain lions. Here in Australia, if you were alone, a dingo may have a go at you. If you are swimming, it's obvious, sharks. So there are lots of reasons why people go missing, and when they go missing, they do leave behind people who genuinely care. And if you have gone missing deliberately because for whatever reason, and you don't want to have contact with your loved one, please let the police know that you're alive and say, just tell my family I'm okay, and at least the police can tell the family that you're okay. You don't have to get in contact with your family if you don't want to, but give your loved ones some closure, please, because, people do genuinely care for each other. And if I went missing, I would like to know that people, put in an effort to find me. So I really admire David Paulides. Check him out, please, and check out all his videos and repost his videos and repost some of his missing cases. And to the cases that I haven't got time to tell you of, the thousands of missing people, I am sorry for your loss, for those who are missing people, and I do hope that one day an answer will be found. I've only just mentioned 10 clusters, and I only had a set amount of time, so I could only mention 2 cases in each one. Now, out of all those, so that was 20 people I mentioned who went missing. Out of those 20 people, only a couple, would I say, are the result of foul play. The others probably do fall into a 411 experience. Now, sometimes I've watched David's videos and he's talked about how people have been driving in their cars and abandoned their car, and the car or their vehicle is fully operational and they've just disappeared, leaving their wallet and their phone behind. I think what usually happens in those cases is that they see something in the sky, like a UFO, so they will go chasing it to say, if I chase it and maybe I can capture it and show people that these things exist. I think that's part of the 411 experience. I also believe there's cryptids. We don't know what nefarious purpose all these different entities have. Let's talk about UFO abductions. Some people have been abducted and returned alive and well. Some people have been abducted and returned just like how cattle has been mutilated in the same sad way. And I think others have been abducted for breeding purposes. Now remember, Clifford Stone claimed that there were 57 extraterrestrials on Earth, and Phil Schneider claimed there were 11 alien species, where only 2 were benevolent. That's scary. And the rest, actually, he claimed 8 people and got high on adrenaline. Anyway, I'm not saying that these cases were UFO abductions, because sometimes I believe also what can happen is portals, or sometimes, time exists all here now. The past, the present, the future is all here and now. And sometimes we can get lost in another dimension, we can get lost in a parallel universe, and we can get lost in another time. And that's what I think explains the 411 missing cases. This has been a very long video. Thank you for watching. Please leave a really nice comment below. Please don't be abusive to what you think has happened, and would you like me to continue looking into missing cases? Would you like my channel to go down that track? I'd be happy to do that. I'm looking for inspiration. I don't like to make a video unless it's worth making. As always, cherish every moment, be kind to each other, love the best you can, love, light and blessings, and gems done. Bye.